Hey everybody, today I'm going to go through this instructional video on how to do a combo repair with glue pulling and with your traditional tool work. So we're going to go in here and take care of this fender right here, the dent down here on this fender, with again a combination of glue pulling and pushing it out with a dent tool. Here we have our dent, and we have found our first major crown right along here. This right here is where I'm going to begin my crown work prior to lifting any of the metal. Directly after I finish the crown work, I'm going to put a glue tab right into the center of this damage. We'll see how much of it comes up. With the second view of this damage, we can also see the crown right here. If you notice my light setup, I got one light coming in at a parallel angle, and I've got the other light coming in at a vertical angle. This will give me optimum cross-checking while doing the crown work on this repair. As usual, we will start our knockdown work with the rubber tip. And now we're going to begin cross-checking our knockdown work. I have a light coming in from this lower angle, panning across this way, and now I'm looking at it from this other angle, finishing up the crown work. Alright everybody, so now it's time to go in for our first glue pulling session. What I have here on this specific dent, I'm going to use an Atlas Titan. Now this specific tab right here has kind of an oval shape. It's not the flat one. It kind of reminds you if you cut off the top part of a football, it has that curve up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the deepest part of the dent, pulling it first. We're probably going to take anywhere from 3 to 7 pulls on this panel. Now we can, throughout the process, change the tabs depending on how the dent molds its way out. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and drop my first tab to the front center of this body line. To me, that's definitely looked like the deepest point. So I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone. I'm actually going to pull the front of that, and then at the same time, it should straighten out some of the body line. I'm going to go ahead and attach a slide hammer this time. And take our pull. A little alcohol. And this is what it looks like directly after my first pull. As you can see, I pulled a high spot to the front of that body line. Now at this point, we have the other shallow spot behind the line. Again, using the same tab, let it set up for a moment. And take my pull. A little alcohol. As you can see, that low spot turned into a high spot. At this point, I've got most of the dent raised up, and I'm going to go ahead and go in for a knockdown session. However, instead of using the blunt knockdown that had the rubber ball as a tip, we're going to go ahead and go in there and dial this thing in with a little bit of a sharper nylon tipped knockdown. Alright guys, I'm going to start out with the highest area. During this process, you may check your crown work up here because you may see some hidden crowns emerge themselves. Alright everybody, at this point I'm going to go ahead and take my next pull. got everything knocked down rather nicely. And I'm going to take it right here on this edge. Let the glue tab set up a moment. And that's why an Atlas Titan is one of my go-to tabs for dents that have an oval shape. As you can see, that thing pulled hard. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to mold this dent outwards. Reshaping it to the point to where we take a dent that was much larger and we turn it into a much smaller, manageable dent. Alright, so now I'm at a point to where I'm going to go ahead and go in here and cross-check my knockdown work. We went ahead and looked at it from that kind of the angle where we're looking down at it. Now I'm going to want to go in here and define it from this angle. We're going to go ahead and go in here and unbutton a few of these clips. That should give us plenty of room to get our tool back behind there and begin our push work.